Hey folks, today we're going to install the WF-8950L2-MBA. This is the RV converter that charges lithium ion batteries. I am currently replacing my lead acid that came with my RV with lithium batteries, and so when I plug into shore or have the generator running, I need this specific converter to properly charge those lithiums so they don't get damaged. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so right out of the box, looks like we got a sticker with electrical ratings, your owner's manual, and the goods. I needed two hands to grab that safely out of the box, and here it is. So make sure that your battery, both your chassis and your house battery are disconnected to reduce and eliminate any potential shock. This is going to go in there. That is where the converter is held. So let's get access to that and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is remove this faceplate here. The converter lives in the bottom half, and so in order to access that, we need to open up the top half, and you'll see that there's two screws up here. And if we remove these, we can see that the current converter lives right here. So the next thing that we're going to do is loosen these screws, and that thing should come right out. Okay, so now the converter has been pulled out of its housing area. The next thing that we're going to do is disconnect the wires. You can see that both AC and DC wires are here. AC is on the left. Looks pretty straightforward. Just a flat head to remove the positive out of the breaker, a flat head to remove the neutral from the neutral bus bar, and a flat head to remove the ground from the ground bus bar. The DC looks a little more complicated, but not too bad. You can see that if I wiggle these wires here, you can see that they wrap around the circuit board here, and it's those two wires up there. So looking at the circuit board a little more closely, there's a little living hinge or little snap holder there, as well as on the right side, and there's a little snap hole down at the bottom. So just need to finagle that circuit board carefully out to be able to access that behind it. This shelf here is all molded in to this piece, so there's no access by removing this or coming in through another way. So that looks to be the only way. So that's what I'll do next, is remove the circuit board. I am taking voltage measurements on all the wires that I touch, just to triple confirm that I am not dealing with any live wires. So please be careful while you're doing this. So I'm halfway through removing the circuit board here. What I found easiest is to remove these two wires first, the non-converter wires, and then unsnap the bottom holder piece first, Then I was able to wiggle it out from underneath the two upper snap features. Now what I'll do is I will take these two wires out, pull them out, and then go grab the new converter. Alright, so the old one, which is in the back there, is out. The new one here is in the front to charge the lithiums. What I'm going to try to do to make things a little easier is, you can see that the old one, the DC wires have a certain shape. I am going to do my best to try to mimic that shape with these wires. Since these are a pretty thick gauge, means they're a little more stubborn to move. So I'm hoping that if I get them as close to the old wire form as possible, that will aid in installation. I'll let you know how that goes. Alrighty, so the wires are back routed through and lightly screwed into where they're supposed to go. Next is to snap the circuit board back into the three prongs. You can see that there's this, so right now it's just getting the wires back to where they're supposed to be. This red wire is supposed to be lower, and the white wire is actually supposed to run through here. So need to do a little massaging. Overall, I would say that trying to follow this did help. It landed the wires kind of up in this vicinity, up in the top corner here. So it just made it a little easier for me to grab. So I recommend doing that. Might save yourself some time. So, all right. Next on to snapping the circuit board back in place. All right, the circuit board is back in place. It is behind the three hooks. Just a note, the ones at the top do not move. As you've probably learned, the only one that moves is the one down below. So when you go to install, make sure that the circuit board is tucked up behind the upper two, and then go ahead and push the circuit board back behind the third bottom clip. Now I'm going to tighten the four screws, and then I'm going to go work on the AC wires. Okay, now the AC wires are back connected to their original locations, and really now it's smooth sailing from here. Just push this back in. I'll probably clean up the wires just a little bit, tuck them in nicely. Then it's screw this back to its flooring. Put the faceplate back on with the two screws held, that holds it, and you're done. I don't think those steps are necessary to record, so I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Let me know if you've done this, and any tips, tricks, stuff that you've learned while putting this in to help others. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.